I can. It's Galen's got packages. I need a theme tune. Like in the 60s, that Lone Ranger, hi ho, silver away. Or do you remember the Flashing Blade? Do you remember the Flashing Blade? Saturday morning during the summer holidays. One of them dodgy. There used to be, you'd get up and the sun would always be shining, obviously. And you found your big, great stick that you get right at the beginning of the holidays. And perhaps you've been up to the shop and got your comic and some packet of humbugs. And then you come back Saturday morning and you put the telly on, and they're all them really badly dubbed things. And I can't remember what order they were in, but there was that White Horses for the girls. On white horses, dee 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 dee. Let me run. Do you remember that? And then, can you name this one? Right, I'll give you a couple of seconds afterwards. Try and name this. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da, 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 da. Right, okay. I'm going to give you 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Robinson Crusoe. Anyone who tried to look that up on YouTube or on their phone is a cheat and don't belong in this club for old people. Robinson Crusoe. And then there was the Flashing Blade, and it was a bit like the Three Musketeers, and all I can really remember is the beginning, and they pretty much rode from Italy to Spain or Spain to Italy, and there was a big siege going on. It was like Renaissance warfare. You've got to fight for what you want, to live the way you please. It's right to fight for what you want, to live the life you please. As long as you have done your best, no one can do more. And love and peace and happiness are well worth fighting for. That's what I need, a theme tune. I've got some songs, but that I've written, but they're not theme tunes. So I need a theme tune. I don't want to nick one of them, but that's what I need. So, hello, I've been doing a Charlie Drake recently, haven't I? Hello, my darlings. And you don't even remember Charlie Drake, most of you do. So, right, I'm setting up a game, as you can see. This is me setting up a game. And I'm here, I'll prove it, I think. Will I? No, I won't. I don't know what to press to prove it. I was going to press one of them little buttons so it came back and looked at me, but I can't see one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wave at you. Are you ready? Wow, wow. So I'm here by the magic of television. So I'm setting up a game. And it's this. So this table, you can see, is a quarter of Bohr's Arthurian map we've been developing. So I'm putting it all together. And I've never been right happy with the way I make rivers. You can see there's a river there. Well, it's a stream. It's going to be the sort of river went when it's fordable. And I always do one of these pieces of MDF. My roads are a bit more wobbly, but my streams tend to be a bit straight. And I thought, I don't like that. And then while I was faffing about with this bit of woodland, I went like that. You got to remember, I've been wargaming since 1972, and this is the first time I did that. Because my wood is on a table mat. Don't tell my wife, because she thinks these table mats are all waiting to be used at Christmas. I did that. And suddenly, that river's not got that horrible straight edge anymore. Now, I know what you're saying to me. You're saying to me, yeah, but now the wood has got edges, and the other side of the stream's still got an edge. Yes, you're right, but what if I get some straight pieces of, and at first I thought MDF, and then I tried carving MDF, and it was too hard. What if I got some straight pieces of thickish balsa wood, 2mm, which is the same as the MDF, and I have a straight edge, but then I carve down, I'm miming this, I'm going like this, I'm going carve down and sand You can't see it. I'm going mental back here. I'm like Marcel Marceau. I don't know why I'm doing that. And so I put the straight edge against the stream or the river or against the wood, and then I chamfer it down. That's a good word. Chamfer it down. And then I paint it and sort of flock it and put some reeds on until it sort of goes level. I'm doing it again. I'm going like that. Goes level into the table. So you can still put your figures on it, but suddenly there's none of these horrible straight edges. I mean, normally I hide it with lichen. I say lichen, you say lichen. Let's call the whole thing moss. Oh, dear, man. So that's what I'm doing. I'm setting that up. I'm going to zoom into the wood, not literally, like Billy Whiz. Look at that. Let me try and put it down a bit. I'm well pleased with that. You see my little mushroom under the tree? I got a mate who's a wood turner to make that for me. He usually makes great big chair legs. He made a teeny tiny little mushroom. I think that's got real promise. I'm very happy with that. So I'm going to chamfer some edges and see what I can do. I'm going to come back now. Hang on. Bear with. There we go. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. And just show you the table. I might do a very small Dux Britanniarium type encounter. Just perhaps 6 troops on each side to show you very quickly how the game works if you're interested and you don't know. I don't want to do a big battle. I will do at some point do big battles, but not yet. So yeah, that's that. I think the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to manoeuvre this. Can you see that corner up there? See what happens if I do a 2. See my little Timpo town? I think I might, after I've done all this Arthurian stuff, start playing with the Timpo cowboys and show you how we do that. I had a long time, I had my Timpo cowboys from the 70s. You know, the little plastic swap it things. And I had mine, if pardon the expression, in virgin plastic. They weren't, I didn't do anything to them. And I resisted doing anything to them. A mate of mine, good friend of mine at the Wargames Club, painted his, and he kept saying, oh, they look great. And I thought, oh, I don't know. And he brought them for a game. Oh, they were sweet. So then I persuaded him to paint all mine for me. I think naively he said, oh yeah, I'll paint them for you, thinking I'd only got half a dozen. I turned up with a big box full, paint them. And then I found a company in Italy that does sort of 54mm, which is almost the right scale for Timpo, 54mm cowboy figures from films. So I got Clint Eastwood, you know, with the poncho thing on. Wait till I get them babies out, if you pardon the expression. So, there you go. Galen's got Parkinson's, making some scenery. So then, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make these bits and bobs of scenery, these chamfered edges, and I'm going to set it up with all the bits. Oh, the other thing, on my map, if you remember, if you're an avid viewer, if you are the avid viewer, hello, you'll remember that there wasn't any woodland on any of my territories, but I know the area well around Hadwigley Street. There is woodland there, and why wouldn't there be woodland there in the past? So I've not gone mental, but I've just put one little piece of woodland in the bottom corner of each table to make a sort of a square of woodland at the bottom. Because they use wood so much, don't they? Back in day, everything they've got's made of wood. They haven't got no else. So, so I'm going to do that. Oh, and I built a monastery as well to give myself a bit of income. I haven't built it on this square. I built it near the royal residence because I'm skint. I've only got, even with the monastery, I've only got 36 gold pieces a year, and my army's costing about 70. So I'm going to be in trouble. I need to watch this space. So we're coming up to 10 minutes. I'm going to use my little catchphrase now. Ta-ra, Chuck!